Radhe Radhe, a spiritual good morning and greetings to one and all for this recap video of our Bhagavad Gita recitation session in our continuing journey of chapter 2, where we covered chapter 2, verses 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 today. Mommy and I.
Radhe Radhe.
Let's look at our recitation content. So, cover slide, chapter 2, verses 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll hear the recitation for each of the verses first and continue from there.
Chapter 2, verse 6. Conqueror's confusion. Na chaitad vidmaha kataranno gariyo yadva jayem yadivano jayeyuhu yaneva hatva na jijivishama tevastitaf pramukhe dhartarashtraha कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् न हि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्यात् यच्छोकम् उच्छोष्णम् इन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमावसपत्नं रिद्धम् राज्यं सुराणाम् अपि चाधिपत्यम् संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा हृषीकेशम् गुडाकेशः परन्तप न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः तमुवाच हृषीकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषिदन्तम् इदं वचः. So I hope everybody would have noticed that the first three verses were in Tristubh meter, because first three verses, that is 6, 7 and 8, they are in Tristubh meter because they have 44 syllables, 11 syllables per pada. And the 9 and 10 verses, they are shlokas, they have normal 32 syllables, 8 syllables in each pada, and that is where they are being sung in Anustubh meter. And you could have noticed the difference in the singing. So let's do some important words from each verse. From verse number 6, I would like you all to look at the word vidmaha. Vidmaha means we know. So keep on adding these words in your dictionary. Vidmaha, we know. Verse number 7, I'm going to show you two important words. One is karpanye dosha. Karpanye dosha means that is what? The flaw of cowardice. That is what Arjun was feeling. And another very important word is prapannam. Prapannam means surrendered. That we have to have faith and always be surrendered to God. Verse number 8, let's look at this word adhipatyam. Adhipatyam means sovereignty. Adhipatyam, that means sovereignty. Verse number 9, all the difficult words are basically appellations. I'm not going to talk about that. One important word is uktva. Uktva means having addressed. And verse number 10, it's a very different word, very easy one, that is prahasan. So that means smilingly. How prahasan? Because even in that situation, Krishna was smiling. With that, I'll give it over to Gagan to explain the verses.
Yeah, as you said that, Mummy Prahasan, even it brought a smile on my face as well. But we shall, as you said, see it from Sri Krishna's perspective in the Bhagavad Gita. So chapter 2, verse 6, conqueror's confusion. This is Arjun really just expressing again his continued lamentation. Should they conquer the other side, the Kauravas, and win the war, but then really be unhappy about not being able to enjoy the luxuries that result from winning that kingdom or sovereignty because of all the destruction? Or should they themselves get conquered, meaning the Pandavas get conquered by the Kauravas? And he's, of course, confused because he sees again his great gurus and relatives on the other side. Primarily in Swamiji's commentary, we actually hear a lot about Grandsire Bhishma, one of the 12 great personalities or 12 Mahajans mentioned in the Bhagavatam. I encourage everybody to take a look at that commentary. There's a lot of description and imagery of some of the meditation that Bhishma used to perform on Sri Krishna. Chapter 2, verse 7, very, very pivotal point here, because here, Arjun, choice amidst confusion. He has choice. He has several choices in the midst of all this lamentation and confusion. But on top of that, he actually makes a choice here. And that choice is with regard to who his guru is going to be. So he actually appeals to Sri Krishna and beseeches him to be his guru and to instruct him on what is best and certain for him. But he does that by acknowledging, as Mummy said, karpanya dosh, his flaw of cowardice. And he also states a very important thing, that is for eligibility or qualification to have a guru. He says that I am your disciple, but why or how? It is because I am surrendered to you. Arjun says to Sri Krishna that he is surrendered to Sri Krishna. As Mummy said, faith is extremely important. With that surrender will come the guidance and the grace that the guru can provide us. And in this case, the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna himself. Chapter 2, verse 8, drive and dispel. Drive here in two ways, because Arjun is lamenting that he would like to drive away the anguish arising from the situation. He would like to dispel the grief that is coming out of all of it. But also, if you remember, who is the charioteer here? It is Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna will drive. He is already driving him since chapter 1 on that chariot. He will also help through his instruction and guidance to drive away the anguish that is surrounding Arjun. And all of this, again, is to do with confusion at a material or intellectual level, but not yet getting to a spiritual level. So Arjun, of course, will slowly get there through Sri Krishna's wisdom as well. Chapter 2, verse 9, simple enough. Arjun says, I'm not up for this ride. So this is something that Sanjay states to King Dhritarashtra, that Arjun said to Hrishikesh, the master of the mind and senses. Sanjay has also mentioned that Arjun is Gudakesh and Parantapa. Gudakesh being the conqueror of sleep, just like Lakshman in the Ramayana. Also the conqueror of ignorance. So again, the divine Leela is continuing to unfold, but also here it is a suitable use of words, because everyone knows that Arjun eventually will conquer all the fears around him. And it'll happen because Sri Krishna, Arjun has surrendered to Sri Krishna, the master of the mind and senses. He shall certainly take care of what is spiritually best for Arjun. And each of us vicariously living through Arjun as we study the Bhagavad Gita. Finally, chapter 2, verse 10, smile amidst strife. So as Mummy said, Prahasan, it is Sri Krishna, to our surprise, who is speaking in a smiling manner. In fact, from the next verse onwards that we shall see next time. Here, Sanjay again has mentioned that Sri Krishna spoke smilingly. We might have expected, especially seeing chapter 2, verse 10 for the first time, that Sri Krishna is straight going to get into comfort and assuaging Arjun's fears, and then, of course, giving him that instruction and guidance he seeks. But instead, through that smile, just that act itself, we see the first elements of equanimity. Equanimity in Sri Krishna's behavior, in his perspective, and in the guidance he is going to impart to all of us about the concept and the path of yoga. So that, in essence, chapter 2, verses 6 through 10.
So we can go ahead again.
Yes.
The recitation of 5 verses. Na chaitat vidmah kataranno gariyo yadva jayem yadivano jayeyuhu yanev hatva na jijivisham tevastitah pramukhe dhartarashtraha कार्पण्यदोषोपहत स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्याननिश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् न हि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्याद् यच्छोकम् उच्छोष्णम् इन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमावसपत्नं रिद्धम् राज्यं सुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम् सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा हृषीकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तप न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः तमुवाच हृषीकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषिदन्तम् idam vachah. And that brings to the end of this recap video. But before we leave you, let me tell you that we are having loads of festivities and celebrations at our Radha Krishna temple. You can stay connected through the live portal. And so you can be part of all those festivities. And thank you so much, Radha Krishna temple, for offering so many things to the community. And let's all take advantage, those who can come there in person and those who can join online. Over to you, Gagan.
Absolutely. Happy Dhanteras to everybody today, of course, and of course, the next 5 days of a lot of Diwali festivities. Do make the most of it. And we hope, obviously, everybody has a prosperous spiritual Diwali and set of seasons ahead. Thank you so much. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.